How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dansco here again today with another episode of Warhammer Thoughty, and in today's video I'm going to be answering some more of your questions.
Warhammer Thoughty.
So let's crack on, shall we? First question comes from Sean Dolan, and the question is, what is your favourite part of the Warhammer hobby? I would like to say playing, but I do enjoy. But I like all aspects of the hobby, really. I enjoy playing, but I don't do it that often. When 8th edition first came out, I played a couple of games in really quick succession. I thought, yeah, I'm going to get loads of games in of 8th edition, but I've not done. I've not played since then. I don't think since my first couple of games. So I've played 2 games of 8th edition. Or have I played? No, I think I played some smaller games as well. So I played about 4 games of 8th edition. But yeah, I do really enjoy playing. A lot of the time, I lose though. To be fair, I've got a 50-50 win-loss record in 8th edition, I think. But I enjoy playing. I enjoy painting, kind of. Probably building. I probably enjoy building more than anything. Building kits and building terrain as well. I've just started building like a pyramid. I'm working on that this weekend. Building a pyramid for Edic Bear's Train Square Bridge competition. So make sure you check that out if you've not already done so. That's Edic Bear's competition because you can win prizes at the end of it. It's great stuff. So yeah, the probably building of stuff, building kits, kit bashing and conversions. They're all cool, but I like the idea of them, but I'm not amazing at them. You see someone like Kiblams, and he does amazing work with plastic art and stuff like that, and it sort of leaves you like, oh, I can't do that. You can do it, but it's just you have to learn certain techniques and certain ways of doing it and making sure you've got the right tools and stuff like that. So yeah, probably the building of the models and the kits and stuff like that is probably my favourite part of the hobby. Don't know how many more times I can say probably, but I'll stop now. On to the next question. So the next question comes from Erastal, and it's any chance of seeing you do some battle reports? The answer: I don't play that often, like I said, but I do hope to at some point in the future do some battle reports. I got myself a gimbal not too long ago with the intention of using it for if I do like a Q&A and I do it on the move, like while I'm out for a walk or something like that, or doing a Warhammer 40k video just out on the walk, but also to use it for battle reports to mean I can get nice steady shots for battle reports. That's one of the reasons I bought the gimbal. So they're not going to be massive battle reports, I doubt it. They're more likely to be short form, you know, maybe up to like 1,000 points. If I start playing more often and my play speeds up a bit, then maybe in the future you'll see some bigger battle reports, but you know, something up to like 1,000 points to start with. And I don't know when I'll be starting them, if at all, but I'm hoping. Well, I guess when I get the pyramid finished, I'm building a corner section of it at the minute, and I'm planning on building 2 corner sections and then a bridge between the 2, so I can put one in each corner of a board and a bridge between the 2. And when I get that finished, then maybe I want to do a battle report based on that bit of terrain, based around that bit of terrain, and so you know, maybe in the coming months you might see a battle report from me, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. I can't commit to that. After that, next question is from Darren Orchard. How long have you been growing that magnificent beard? Another beard question, fancy that. So this beard has been growing for, I feel like I answered this in the last video, but it's just a guess really. I grow my beard and then I shave it off, and sometimes I trim it in between when I just think it's getting a bit big and out of hand like it is at the minute. Like, look at that from the side, it makes my chin look massive. When I shave it, it's like my chin's there and people like they're shocked at first. But yeah, I think maybe 10 months, something like that. I'm not too sure really. I rarely wet shave because I've got sensitive skin, so it just leaves me all like redder than I am now. Yeah, so I rarely wet shave. So technically I've been growing it since I was about 12. I've not, because I have wet shaved since then. But yeah, I normally just use the clippers on it to get rid of it down to a stubble sort of level. But I reckon about 10 months. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Though. Next question is from let's have a look at this one. Matthew Moran. I'm going to leave that in because that's disgraceful. You can all laugh at me. Matthew Moran or Matthew Moran, as it's probably more conventional to say. What's your favourite Warhammer 40k model? That's a really good question. I really like the new Cypher model. I think it's an amazing looking model. I do kind of like just little characterful models like that, you know, little character models, I guess. Possibly part of the reason I really like the current Cypher model is because it kind of reminds me a bit of when I almost got back into the hobby. I don't know what edition it was, but it was around the time Lord of the Rings was out or coming to an end or something like that. And I was almost, you know, sort of drawn a bit back to the hobby. There was a Dark Angels company. I'm not a Dark Angels player, but I could have been back then if I'd got back into the hobby back then. I might have started a Dark Angels army. There was a Dark Angels company master that was a limited edition one with a certain box. I don't know whether it was a Dark Angels company box or something like that, or it might have been a starter box for the game at the time. And he had a massive plasma gun. He was just holding it up with one hand, kind of thing. And he had a hood on, and he just had a grim expression on his face. You just sort of saw the lower half of his face and had a grim expression. I really like that model. That almost drew me back into the hobby. From the age of about 11 to 13, 14, I was into the hobby, and then, like a lot of people, I came away from it till the age of about 27, 28, 29, something like that. So I had a big 12, 13, 14 year break from the hobby, depending on how accurate I am with those estimations. But yeah, I reckon there's probably one that I'm really forgetting. A model that first got me into the hobby years ago when I was like 12 was like the Striking Scorpions for the Eldar. That was one of the first reasons I chose the Eldar as my first army when I was young. I just really like the Striking Scorpion models. I've still got them, thankfully. So, and the Karandras model as well. But yeah, it's I love big models as well. Imperial Knights and the Storm Surge, the Tau Storm Surge. I really like the Ghost Keel for the Tau. That was one of the reasons I kind of wanted to start a Tau force. I just wanted like this stealth force. So stealth teams and Ghost Keel. And I've kind of got them now. But yeah. Oh, this one as well, the Wraith Knight. Really like the Wraith Knight. Yeah, I don't think I could pin it down to one model unless I really sat and thought about it for hours and you just watched me contemplating in this video. I think I'd struggle to pin it down. What I might do is have a think about what my favourite model is and do a video dedicated to it and tell you all the aspects I like of it and why it's my favourite model. So, watch out for that in the coming days, but for the time being I'll say Cypher. On to the next question. The next question is from Mikey's Miscasts. What is your favourite book on the shelves behind you? There's no shelves behind me, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm assuming you mean those shelves, which I used to be sat in front of. What's the favourite book on the shelves behind me? And good luck to everyone. So, great sentiment there, Mikey. Favourite book on the shelves? I'm going to go for a 40k book. There are other books there. My favourite book is Magnus the Red. I've not even read that yet, so that's a lie. I'd love to say that, but I've not read it. To be honest, I've not read all the books there. I did like the Dawn of War series. I started on Enforcer. The shelves are over there now, that's why I'm looking. One of the Path of the Eldar books, probably Path of the Warrior I really liked. Path of the Seer I really liked as well. The Dark Eldar books were good, the Path of the Dark Eldar ones. That whole series, like the Path of the Eldar and Path of the Dark Eldar, when they sort of joined together, I really like that. I'd go Path of the Warrior probably. I reckon that was my favourite one. It might not have been though, but just see, because in Path of the Warrior you follow this character and then he joins a Striking Scorpion temple and you sort of get details of the training and stuff like that. And again, it kind of links in with the last question, going back to striking scorpions being one of my favourite models when I was younger. I've always been sort of fascinated with the idea of training to become the ultimate warrior, not the wrestler, but training to become the ultimate sort of the epitome of striking scorpion, and then becoming without going into spoilers, becoming as much as you can be, and stuff like that. And then as you see the character's progression through the book, and he becomes less like himself and more immersed into the warrior temple. It's really enjoyed that journey. So I'll probably say Path of the Warrior, which is by, I can't see. Oh, it's by Gav Thorpe, I think. So there we go. By Gav Thorpe. Gav Thorpe. Yeah. At least Path of the Outcast is by Gav Thorpe, so I'm assuming Path of the Warrior is as well. Yeah, it says Gav there. I've got some Citadel painting handles just in front of it. So Path of the Warrior is my favourite book on that shelf. I'll do one more question. We're on 11 minutes now. Don't want to bore you. Oh, there's one of the winners. That was a Woodchuck Chuck question. If you want to see my answer to how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood, then you'll have to watch my giveaway draw video, because the answer to that is in there. Next question. I'm going to pause this and then read this question and come back to you. So the next and final question is from Alan Shrew, or Shrew, not sure. He's going to assume I'm an orc player, so he'd like to know he'd like to know more about my army. How many points you'd think, because I paused this video and read the question, I'd know how to read it now. But no, I'm an idiot, so I can't. How many points do I have in my army? And what's my favourite unit or character? So, favourite unit or how many points do I have in my army? The answer, I've no idea, to be honest. Of built models, I'd estimate I've got about, built and painted to some degree, I've probably got about between 2,000 and 3,000 points. But actual orc models, unbuilt, unpainted, unfinished, including a Stomper, another Gorkanaut, which I could use as a Stomper, because it's bigger than a Gorkanaut, it's a conversion. I think spoke about that in the last video. And including all the vehicles, everything I've got unbuilt and unpainted, I reckon I've got about 5,000-6,000 points or something like that. Orcs were never my first army. Eldar were my first army. I've probably got at least that many points in Eldar as well, but again, unbuilt, unpainted. Since I got back into the hobby, I think I've painted one unit of Eldar. And everything I did when I was a kid, it was really badly painted, so I sort of stripped it all. But now they're just sat there, waiting for me to get to them. I sold something the other day. I sold some Necrons, so there you go. Some Necrons from the Forgebane sack. So the plan is this year, the reason I said that is the plan is this year is to get rid of some of the stuff that's sat there, and I probably won't get to anytime soon. But the Orcs and the Eldar, I'll be keeping most of them, if not all of them. Might get rid of some Eldar, we'll see. But anyway, so back onto the Orc army. Yeah, I reckon I've got about 5,000 points if I got it all built and painted. I might have more than that. I've no idea, to be honest. I've not pointed it up in 8th edition. So, yeah, I think I played a 100 power level game, which I think equates to about 2,000 points, something like that. So, I reckon, and I did that, and I didn't even take everything I've got completed. Like, I took some stuff, I rushed some stuff, because I wanted it, basically, onto the next part of the question, what's my favourite unit or character? Flash kits are probably my favourite unit. They're not amazing in game though, that's a frustrating thing. But I just love the idea of a massive orc carrying a massive gun. I'm all about the big guys. The looters, I think if the looters had better models, then I'd like the looters, because my clan, the main clan I have in my forces Death Skulls, and you're supposed to take lots of looters with Death Skulls, but I don't. So because I don't love the model, I just don't love the way it looks, and I don't know, there's something about it that I don't like, so I take flash kits instead. And they're not amazing in game, from what I've seen of them. I think they'd be better. Orcs would be better with either a higher toughness to make them more durable or a better armor save, rather than just a 6-up, because at the minute you've just got 6-ups. Even in the last edition though, Flash Kits had a 6-up save, I think, because you could take Ard Boys, which are standard boys with a 4-up save, or you could take just boys with a 6-up save. But they were the only unit you could adjust the armor save on. The rest of the units, I think or maybe they should have a feel no pain or something like that, so you get one extra 6-up roll. It increases your chances slightly of being more survivable. I just think they need to find a way of certain, or maybe I'm not an orc player really. But I think they need to find a way of making, because the orc armies I build, I kind of like to take some of the bigger stuff, but it's not survivable enough. And the weapons of the Flash Kits don't do enough damage, but just purely based on aesthetics, I really like the Flash Kits. And character-wise, it's a toss-up between two. It's either Captain Badrock or Boss Snickrot. They're my two favourite characters. Canon characters that are actually in the Orc Codex. I do like Mad Doc Grotznik as well. He's kind of cool. But if I had to choose right now, I'd probably go Snickrot. Just the model, like the fact that he's holding two knives and he's kind of going shh. Like the whole idea of a sneaky orc. I love that idea. Because an orc's a big bumbling creature that should just like kick a bucket as he tries to sneak past it, that kind of thing, and just make everybody aware that he's there. But this orc is like a ghost, just floating through the wind. So I really like that idea. Yeah, so maybe that sort of indicates that I'm not an orc player as well, because I like sneaky stealthiness. But it's the comedy value of that image in my head as I think of him sneaking through, and just being such a huge creature and being able to sneak through down tiny corridors and through like the jungle and stuff like that. Yeah, so there we go. We'll leave it there for now, guys, and I will answer some more of your questions in an upcoming video. If you've got any more questions you want to ask me in this video, pop them in the comments below, and I'll answer them in due course. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the battlefield.